Welcome back, Outlaws. On today's adventure, we head deep into the Warner Valley of southern Utah to check out a trail marker that we had found. Off the beaten path and not close to any off-road trails, this marker still exists today, untouched. We discovered this marker last summer, and we chose today to come back and document it and take a closer look. So stay tuned. Last year, when we were out exploring in the Warner Valley, we stopped to take a drink of water. We looked up on the hill and we saw something that looked out of place. It didn't look like a natural rock formation, so we went up to take a closer look. As soon as we got to the location of the trail marker and got out to explore, we were greeted by this roadrunner who seemed just as interested in us as we were in him. We later found out that he was the guardian of the trail marker. There's a lot of history in this area of Native Americans, pioneers, and settlers, and sadly, most of it is starting to disappear. So it's important that we document these sites and protect them for future generations to see. The roadrunner ran ahead of us, as if guiding us, and promptly sat right on top of the marker. I won't give the exact location to this site as to protect it, because I don't believe it's been documented by any archaeological teams or anybody that's interested in this type of history. We later located another trail marker down in the valley that was right next to a trail, and it had been dismantled and strewn all over the place. It looked just like a pile of rubble. For this reason, we're not going to disclose the location of this one. If there are any organizations that are interested in documenting this site, they can contact us through our P.O. box. And now we're going to go through a little history and see if we can't figure out who placed this here. There are 3 main routes that come through or close to this location. Looking at the route in red, this is the Dominguez Escalante expedition of 1776. They had attempted to break a trail from Santa Fe to California, but they had to turn back after they reached the high, unpassable bluffs of southern Utah. They ventured northward and cut another path heading west. The yellow arrow points to the intersection of the Old Spanish Trail from 1776, where it intersects the trail that was forged by Antonio Armijo in 1828. We'll be discussing him a little later in the video. 50 years after the Escalante path was forged, Jedediah Smith, pictured here, also known as the Knight in Buckskin, explored a route from the Great Salt Lake to Southern California. Looking at his route here of 1826 in yellow, you can see that he stuck along the Virgin River well west of the area of the location of this particular marker. This brings us to Antonio Armijo, who we think actually placed this marker at this spot. Late in 1829, at the age of 25, Antonio Armijo led a party of New Mexican traders. They set out from New Mexico with a train pack of animals carrying blankets and other trade goods to barter for mules in California. This 60-man caravan made the journey from the outpost of New Mexico to San Gabriel Mission in 86 days. The route in green is also known as the Southern Route or the Armijo Route. The yellow arrow points to the location of the trail marker, which is adjacent to the Armijo Route. After reading the transcripts from his expedition journal, we know that he was in the Warner Valley area from December 17, 1829 to December 20th, 1829. After reaching Los Angeles and trading his goods, he returned by the same route in 56 days, leaving on March 1st and arriving on April 25th, 1830. His route, the southernmost and most direct route, is known as the Armijo Route of the Old Spanish Trail. Although segments of an overland route between Spanish colonies of New Mexico and California had been blazed decades earlier, Armijo was the first to pioneer a complete route that traveled the entire length. In doing my research on how to protect this area, I was surprised to find that there are plans to build golf courses and housing developments. It's sad to know that pieces of our history are slowly disappearing due to development and vandalism. These sites largely go unnoticed and disappear forever. I'm happy to know that we were able to document this marker in its entirety and draw some conclusions on who we think may have placed it there. An interesting observation that was made is the rock on the top points to the northwest and the southeast. What it points to is a mystery at this time, but it very well may point to our next adventure. We hope you enjoyed coming on this adventure with us and learning a little bit about our history. If you come across a site like this, please be respectful and take nothing but pictures and leave nothing but footprints. This marks the end of this adventure and this video. And once again, thanks for watching.